Hello, hello, everyone. How are we doing? I want to welcome you to this seminar that we are hosting. I want to thank those that brought me in. Thank you, YearUp, for bringing me in for this career readiness panel. Y'all, my name is Sage Breed, and I'm going to walk us through a little something. So, hey, if you're excited, go ahead and type a one in the chat if you are excited to be here, and let me know what are you interested in? What is some stuff you're interested in learning? Y'all, because we're going to talk about being built for more, being the person that you can trust when life gets hard. So, some things that you can expect are how to solidify the type of path that you want to go down. There are a lot of different careers out in this world. And you know what? You can even create your own. That's what I did through being an entrepreneur. And we're going to walk a little bit more through that coming up. Next, we're going to talk about what kind of person are employers and yourself wanting to join their team. What kind of person are people actively looking for? What kind of person do you want to work with? Maybe you were in a sports background and you had some teammates that you really enjoyed and some teammates that you were like, man, can you just like get out of here, find something else to do? Maybe even like in the classroom situations and you have the group projects. Man, I did not like group projects, y'all. I ended up doing a lot of the work, but hey, it prepared me for what I do today. Thirdly, we're going to talk about when to lock in and when to pivot. How do you know when, okay, I found my lane, I found my niche, I know what I want to do and how to do it? And then how do you identify when it's time to pivot? So, a little bit about me, y'all. Some things that I want to share is that, y'all, I was kicked off on my track team actually. And even though you may see over here on the left-hand side, hey, that's me. That's me right here, y'all. A 2018 indoor conference champion. But before that, I was kicked off. I did not have vision. I was rude. I had a lot of anger issues. And I took a lot of that out on my teammates. I took it out on my coach. And one day my coach sat me down. He said, Sage, you need to change your direction or I'm going to change your position. And I laughed at him. I said, you can't do that. I'm on contract. He said, we'll see. A couple weeks later, I was removed off the team. Y'all, I spiraled. I did. I ended up overdosing on drugs 3 times, was almost arrested in front of my own house. And I said, I have to make a change. I need to take responsibility and get a vision for my own life. Now I can happily say, I'm married. What? Yes, I'm married. This is my lovely wife, Shelby Ray, right there. We have a young one. She is fresh out the womb, y'all. She is 8 weeks. Come on. If you love it, go ahead and say ah in the chat. Go ahead and say ah in the chat. I'm excited. I love it. And now, y'all, I help people across the US. I help people across the world through our podcast, the Built for More podcast with Sage Breed. And I help people do exactly what it is I'm about to walk you through, being the person they can trust to perform under pressure. And really it boils down to 7 questions that changed my life. These are 7 questions that we are going to walk through, and you are going to be able to answer them by the end of this conversation. So, we're going to talk about, what is it that I'm trying to do? This is the blueprint for your life. This is vision casting. We're going to walk through who do I want to become? Where do I want to go? How much money do I want to make? What do I see for myself? And what kind of life do I want to create? And then we're going to talk about how to identify when to lock in and when to pivot. So, the first question, okay, what am I trying to do? This is circling and focused on vision. Vision is the ability to see beyond your current circumstance. I know a lot of us, we are in high school, right? Getting ready to graduate, trying to find what's the best internship. Am I going to go to college? Am I going to go into the service? Am I going to do something different? What am I going to do? There's even some of us here that are just now wrapping up our GED program. Y'all, I want to congratulate. Can we say a big congratulations to those that decided they were going to come back and invest in themselves? Because it's not easy. It's not easy. And in order to move forward, we need to establish a clear blueprint for the work and the life that we are wanting through our personal life, our work life, and our social life. This is really helping us identify our core values and our priorities. Not only that, but to develop actionable strategies for growth. Because, hey, maybe you've heard this said before. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. Fail to plan to fail. So now we're going to discuss, how to set measurable goals for accountability. Because when we are talking about the life that you're wanting to build, what are you trying to do? What are the things that you want to accomplish? We have a thing called the five pillar framework, and this goes with spiritual, mental, physical, social, and financial. And this is a top down system. Spiritual simply means what is your anchor point? Who are you? Yes, it can tie into religion and identity, those different things, but it boils down to what is your anchor point? Are you easily swayed when you are put in front of a new room or a different environment? Do you camouflage? Are you chameleon? A lot of people, we like to call it code switching. Or are you the same person? Do you have occupational integrity? Do you have emotional integrity? Do you have attitude integrity? What are you trying to do? The next question here, this really boils down on the spiritual pillar, y'all. What, or excuse me, who do I want to become? And you are going to reflect on the personal aspirations and the path to growth and success. Because the things that you want to do, who do you have to be to accomplish that? Who do you have to be? Because oftentimes we think, oh, well, if I want to do surgery, I have to be a doctor. Yeah, sure, technically, uh, but really you want to be a trustworthy person. Like, because why do we go into the dentist's office whether or not we like dentists? Why do we go to the doctor's office whether or not we like doctors? Why do we go to the gym whether or not we like trainers? Because we trust that they're good at their profession. We trust that they're good. And this has to do with who are you? Do you want to be a disciplined person? Because either you can work at a low level, low skill job that doesn't demand anything out of you, right? Maybe you heard this on the television with no responsibility. With no power comes no responsibility. Excuse me. With no power comes no responsibility. But I want to contradict and even show you a different way of thinking that that's not true because you have power. You have the power in your mind. So, are you going to become a disciplined person? Are you become a person that's trustworthy? Are you going to become a person that says, I will rise to the occasion? Come on, if that's you, type a one in the chat. I'm going to rise up to the occasion. Type a one in the chat and even put some fire emojis so we can feel the heat. Come on, let's feel that heat. Y'all, the second question here is where do I want to go? What do you want to do with your life? Maybe you have encountered this question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? When I was in high school, I hated that question. I had no idea. I didn't even see where I was going to be the next day. Like, let alone the next 5 years. Like, brother, back up. You are bothersome. But the question still remains, what do you want to do? I'm not saying that you have to have a 5 year plan laid out and all of a sudden you're going to be the next CEO of Red Lobster at 32 years old. Now all of a sudden you're going to be the next Wolf of Wall Street, or now all of a sudden you're going to be. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying, hey, what are your goals? What obstacles do you see that you may encounter when moving towards these goals? Are you going to stop and allow yourself to visualize the path forward and even map out what you're going to do? Are you willing to embrace the unknown? Y'all, because we live in a beautiful age. We live in a beautiful age, okay? I know I may look extremely young, and I am. I am extremely young. Ha! Right? I'm 28 years old, y'all. And I did grow up in the generation where we did not have GPSs on our cell phones. Like this device right here, this is brand new. We used to have to pull out, we used to have to stop at the gas station talking about where's the map? Where are we? You are here. And then, okay, let's go this way. And then we had MapQuest. Oh my gosh, who here remembers MapQuest? Okay, that is insane. You have to print out the directions. And no Siri, no Alexa, no nothing. And just, man, what a time to be alive. But before you get into the car, first you have to identify where is it you're going to go. You don't just hop in the car with no destination in mind. Are you going to the grocery store? Are you going to the gas station? Are you going to practice? Are you going to work? Are you going to a different state? Are you going to the airport? You have some sort of destination in mind. And even when you get in the car and you have a destination, sometimes we make pit stops. I'm gonna stop at the gas station. Oh, I just remembered. I need to run this errand. Oh, hey, I just got this. Sometimes you pick people up as you go. Where do you want to go? Reflect on your journey and the future aspirations for your growth. Next, this question, this one's kind of a difficult one for people to swallow because we think that it's a selfish question. We think that it's a prideful question, an arrogant question. But I want to set you free. The truth will set you free. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Come on. Come on. Can I say that's good in the chat? Somebody just, I love it. Okay. Thank you, Marcus. I see you right there. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Come on. That's good. I'm going to set you free. The next question here is how much money do you want to make? This is not a question of I'm prideful, I'm arrogant, I get to do whatever I want, I'm the boss no matter the cost. Like, we're going to do whatever I say. This is a question of how much does it cost to be you? How much does it cost to be you? And those of you that are in high school right now with no super large responsibilities, such as, paying for other family members' bills or having dependents. I know some of us we do. And I'm simply saying those of you that are entering into the world of responsibilities, maybe it only costs you 20,000 a year to be you. Maybe it only costs you 1,500 a month to be you because all you have to pay for is your snacks, gas, and your cell phone bill and insurance, right? For some others, maybe it costs $5,000 a month. And that's us living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe we're saying, I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I don't want to be that kind of person that is constantly frantic and unsure of what it is that I want to do and want to accomplish. I want to wake up and not be stressed out, wondering, is my lights going to stay on? I don't want to walk over to take a shower and I'm concerned, is there any water? These are real questions. So how much more are we going to need? Are we going to need 6,000, 7,000, 10,000? How much does it cost to be you, and how much is it going to cost for the life that you want to live? Okay, so let's say you're single now. Let's say you're a single male. I'm a male. That's why I'm using this example. Let's say you're a single male. Right now, you can get by on 1,500 a month. But what about later on? Do you want a girlfriend? Okay. Do you want a significant other? That's not free. You have to pay for things. Even if you're not the main one paying, you still pay for things. Because what if you want to do something nice? What if you want to surprise them? What do you want to surprise your guardians, your parents, right? Those that looked out for you. Or you see somebody that's less fortunate than you and you want to bless them. What do you do? Like, do you have a fund for that? A generosity fund? How much does it cost to be you? This is something called the 5 jars. I didn't come up with this, but this is something my family and I we instilled. Okay, you got 10% tithes. Okay, that's 10% philanthropy. Then you got 10% with offerings. These are things that, hey, you need this, I got it. You want this, I got it. 10% generosity, just being generous, giving a little bit more than you need to. 20% savings, and then 50% expenses. Okay, excuse me. Let me. That's 110. No, 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 no. Okay, it was in my head. Let me write this down. 10 tithe, 10 offering, 50 expenses. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that was correct. 10 generosity, and then 20 savings. Okay, that's a 10, 10, 10, 20, 50. Y'all, and when you structure this way, it may be difficult at first. But as you discipline yourself, discipline is vision applied. Without having a vision, you just simply cannot be disciplined. But you have to map out, what does financial success look like for you? You have to answer, how are you going to measure your progress? Right? You want 3 months of a safety net in your savings account, then 6 months? Okay, great. Are you going to put it in a high yield savings account? Once you have that, are you going to get a health savings account, an HSA? Then after that, what kind of investments are you going to make? These are the questions we want to start asking ourselves. And what sacrifices are you willing to make? The sacrifices such as, hey, friends are going out to the movies, friends are going out to the arcade. Man, the new battle pass just came out on Fortnite. Am I going to get that? Am I going to do that? Hey, the new subscription for my PSN or my Xbox, am I going to do that? The Switch, am I going to do that? Yes, no, maybe so. What opportunities are you going to seek out? Because favor fortunes the prepared. Favor fortunes the prepared. How often do we stumble across something and we don't realize that it was actually a treasure until after we pass it? How much money do I want to make? The next question here, this one, this one may actually really set a fire under you because this is all about what do I see for myself? And when we discuss what do I see for myself, we really begin to reflect on these personal aspirations and future possibilities. Because when we limit ourselves, maybe when you were younger, somebody kept calling you stupid. Maybe people were bullying you. Maybe people were laughing anytime you had an idea or discounted the things that you brought to the table. So now you shrink yourself when really you're the smartest person in the room. Oftentimes, I don't know how many people here have read the 48 Laws of Power. Okay. I disagree with the first one. Never outshine the master. And this is what I mean by that because I agree. You should remain humble because a student is no greater than the master. What I'm simply saying is do not dumb yourself down. Instead, give credit to the people who taught you and who helped you. Even if you know more than they do. Man, you know what? I only had the opportunity and the ability to learn this because you set me up for such great success. And this was even a principle that you taught me. So thank you so much for investing in me. That's what it means. Don't outshine the master, y'all. Be clear on the goals that you want to have. What hobbies do you have? Y'all, we have work-life balance. I don't agree with that. I know. It's like, dude, is this guy some kind of contrarian? Yeah, like I am. I think a lot of things need to be challenged because I think it's propaganda. I do. I think it's propaganda. I think this is my opinion, and it's worked out marvelously for myself, my family, and for those that we help. You don't have to be miserable to be successful. Find a hobby, things that you love doing naturally. What are you gifted at? Are you gifted at talking with people? Yo, I had the gift of gab. Now I talk for a living. Okay, like I was a class clown. I made jokes all the time. I cut up. I broke the ice. I was quick with the references. I was always in detention. Always in detention. Like it was terrible. Yo, it was terrible. And now I get paid to do the things that used to get me in trouble. And I had to break out of that framework of, oh man, if I talk too much, people are gonna think I'm annoying. If I share my ideas, people are gonna say it's silly, that's stupid, it's never gonna work. And I have to overcome that. You have to overcome that. Okay, what fulfilling relationships, what impactful contributions can you give to your work environment? Okay, a lot of times people say, pay me what I'm worth, but this might be hard, okay? So brace yourself. This might be hard to hear. We're saying pay me what we're worth, but you're not putting in the work. Okay? Like I used to work at Tom Thumb and I got paid 7.50 an hour. Shout out the Thumb. And I would get upset. Pay me what I'm worth. Pay me what I'm worth. And they were like, Sage, you're doing the bare minimum, if that. We always have to tell you, stop being on your phone. Talk to the customers. We're giving you easy wins. So finally I said, okay, let me take some more responsibility for myself. I know what I'm worth. I'm worth 12.50 an hour, right? That was my mindset at the time. I'm worth 12.50 an hour. So I was asking my manager, hey, y'all, I just finished cleaning this up. What else needs to be done before I have to get back on the register? Hey, I just finished this task. What else can I do to help out and alleviate the load? And all of a sudden they were like, hey, Sage, are you good with 15 an hour? I said, 15 an hour? That's double what I was. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Thank you so much. But I was impacting my environment by giving them more. My coach, he tells me this. Yes, I do have a coach because, hey, if LeBron needs a coach, if Messi needs a coach, if Ronaldo needs a coach, we need a coach. Okay. My coach said this: under promise and over deliver. Under promise. Okay, yeah, I can do these things. And then over deliver, go above and beyond, go the extra mile, because then that is what people are looking for. That is what people are looking for. Have a balanced lifestyle in the sense of, are you working all the time? Are you bringing work home with you? Are you constantly talking about your social life in professional environments? There's moments and times where that's appropriate, and there's moments and times where it is not. But you have to stop and see for yourself, do I want to work with my friends? Do I want to work with my family? Do I want to live on a family compound? Do I want to stay in the States? Do I want to move to a different country? Y'all, the possibilities are endless, and you get to decide what it is you are going to do with that. The final question before we move into this framework here is, what kind of life do I want to create? What kind of life do I want to create? Y'all, if this is helpful for you, come on, put a fire emoji in the chat. If this is helpful and you're saying, man, this is good, thank you for sharing it. Come on, let me know, because y'all, I want to see you win. I want to see you win. I want to see you accomplish things that you set out to do. And when we think about the kind of life that you want to create, reflect on the end goal of your life, your personal and your professional life. How do these things connect? A lot of times we wrestle in this culture with depression and anxiety and low self-esteem. Something that I learned, y'all, I used to be depressed. I used to be suicidal. Y'all, I overdosed 3 times. That doesn't happen because you just love your life. Okay. And it got to the point where I said, what is the issue? The issue was I made so many lofty promises and I kept none of them. Self esteem is your ability to trust yourself. Self esteem is your ability to trust yourself. And it's hard. Okay. It's hard. Oftentimes we get really motivated, really fired up, really amped up, and we say, tomorrow I'm going to run a 5K, even though I never ran a day in my life. And then maybe we do it, and then we never do it again. Maybe we say, I'm going to start this new diet and I'm going to gain X amount of pounds, or I'm going to lose X amount of pounds, and we never start. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and it didn't do it. And all of a sudden, day after day, commitment after commitment, our ability to trust ourselves goes lower. What kind of life do you want to create? How are you going to cultivate meaningful relationships? How will you prioritize mental and physical well-being? And will you pursue the passions that inspire you and are fulfilling? Yo, you don't want to work a dead-end job. You don't. It sounds nice. It sounds fun. It sounds comfortable, but you don't. It's mind numbing. Okay. I used to work in city government, state government, federal government, and I was losing my mind. I was losing my mind. I did that for 6 years. I loved it. I love helping people. That's why I got into that role. When I went to college, I got a degree in psychology and criminal justice. I love helping people. That's why I do what I do today. The corporate life is not for me. And maybe you will discover that it's not for you. So I went and I started my own business. And yes, I am talented at speaking. I'm talented at talking. Business was not my strong suit when I started. I had to learn how to do business, because just because you're good at something does not mean people want to buy it. Okay. So embrace the continuous learning and the growth, y'all. We hear it all the time. It sounds so corny. Y'all, it sounds so cliche. The destination is the journey. Wow. Wow. The destination is the journey. Wow. Put that on a t-shirt. I love it. But y'all, something I learned, and I'm hope you're starting to understand, is it's true. It's true. Y'all, you don't die until you're dead. But sometimes we can be dead before our time. And I mean, sometimes we give up. We had hopes, we had dreams, but man, I got too many bills. I can't even engage in my hobbies. Yo, I love to skateboard. I love to play music. I love to watch movies and hang out with friends and play disc golf and play regular golf. I love these things. But there was a moment in time where I had to work. I had to work so much. Yo, I worked 16 hours a week. I didn't even get to see my wife. Oh, it was terrible. It was so terrible. My wife said I was a shell of a person and the person she married was gone. But now, I'm here, I'm back, right? Because I was able to prioritize the things that I wanted. So when we talk about these 7 questions, what is it that I'm trying to do? Who do I want to become? Where do I want to go? How much money do I want to make? What do I see for myself? And what kind of life do I want to create? Y'all, this boils down to a simple feedback loop that you can implement today. Okay, it's 4 easy steps. Okay, 4 easy steps. Y'all, when pressure rises, go down. When pressure rises, go down. Okay, detect. Detect the signs of stress. Detect what is happening around you. Own. Take responsibility for you. Take responsibility for your responses. Take responsibility for your emotions and your reactions. Then, what's next? Identify the next action. Do it now. Do it now. Okay, we have a saying, hesitation will get you killed. A lot of people pass away in the intersection. Am I going to go? Am I not? Am I going to go? Am I not? Now you're caught in the middle and you're torn in two. Do it now. Okay? Come on. Hey, if this is helping you and you're like, dude, no, I have to do it now, type now in the chat. Type now in the chat. Y'all, because when pressure of life starts to rise and we start to get uncomfortable and we start to feel the stresses of life, it's real. It's so real. We have to humble ourselves and say, I need help. I need help. Spiritual, I have to anchor my identity in something. Who am I? Why am I doing what it is that I'm doing? Physical, I have to discipline my body. Okay. Exercise. Is your body even physically capable of sustaining what it is you want to do? What habits? What are your routines? Okay. Excuse me. Mental. How are you going to capture your thoughts? Because you have to take every thought captive. Not every thought that comes into your head is beneficial. These are called intrusive thoughts and building thoughts. You need to filter those out. How is your self-talk? Then your environment, okay, your social pillar. Your friends are going to help you out. Your coworkers are going to help you out. The same way that you are going to help them out. You are going to support the people you love. And finally, financial. Y'all, your resources. Resources is not always money. It's time, talent, money, relationships. Relationships are currency. Okay? If you don't have money, but you got friends, you're good. If you got money, you don't have friends, you're depressed. Okay? So when pressure rises, stress is happening. You're trying to identify what do you want to do after college. You're trying to figure out what is it that you want to accomplish. What kind of person do you want to be? Where do you want to go? It's too much, Sage. It's too much. It's too much. When pressure rises, go down. Okay. Today we talked about how to solidify the type of path you want to go down by vision casting. Vision is the ability to see beyond, and discipline is vision applied. We talked about what kind of person are employers and yourself wanting to join the team by owning your identity. What kind of person will you be to contribute to the environment? What kind of people do you want on your team to contribute to your environment? And lastly, we talked about how to lock in and when to pivot through being disciplined and taking ownership of your responsibilities by using the down loop. When pressure rises, go down. Y'all, it was such a wonderful blessing and an opportunity to talk with you and share this time with you. Thank you again to YearUp. Thank you again for all of you that are joining this webinar. Man, I appreciate you. Y'all, you're strong. You're smart. Hey, we love you. Until next time, y'all. Peace and thank you.